Come on, 300,000 views, let's go. Oh, jeez, I forgot to upload. Well, if you somehow didn't see this video, I came up with my own take on what NFL expansion could look like across North America. This included teams from Portland to Louisville and even Canada and Mexico, and I mainly did this because I strongly believe that the NFL will expand to cities across continents, and I mean, just listen to this guy.
It's important for people to have a sense of there, not just as a show once a year, and that's our goal.
And I mean, I also don't think we'll ever get a team in Omaha, so it was just a little bit of fun. But now for the very long-awaited sequel, I have created, designed, concocted even, 9 brand new team concepts for Europe. Just in case you didn't read the title. But now, following last video, let's hop on a plane from Mexico City all the way to London. And while we are on our flight, I do want to mention that these are all images that I just took straight from Google. No AI used. I just changed the colors, edited some things about it, and I also polled you guys on team names and different team designs and all this stuff. So if you don't like a team design, it's probably because I took the executive order and just made it my own instead of going off of the polls. And that is a pretty good transition into the London Monarchs. And I took a bit of a different spin on the Monarchs thing. Of course, the Monarchs is a very popular team name for a London team. And even though I am very certain that there are no monarch butterflies in London, I am also very certain that there are no natural lions in Detroit. And this was just so clean. And the helmet it just works so well. Like the butterfly wing on the helmet and then on the sides of the jerseys. Oh man, it's so clean. The numbers I feel like could be slightly better, but I think it was the best I could do. And then the text, I grabbed this text from somewhere. It's just a nice, regal almost, and it gives a very London, United Kingdom vibe, and I really like these home uniforms anyway. The baby blue with the baby red is just so clean. And the away is basically just the exact same thing, obviously just white instead of blue, in London instead of Monarchs on the chest. And then for an all black, I'm calling it the nighttime London uniform, alternating uniform, whatever you want to say. Full black with the black butterfly wings, the London across the chest. This is a very clean one. One of my favorite uniforms, I would say, in this entire thing. I really, really like how it turned out. And then for the country uniform that I did for every single team here, as I did the United Kingdom one. I think this is really clean. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite country uniforms. I don't know if it's still just because of the butterfly wings, but it looks incredible. With the United Kingdom flag right there on the left chest. And just a very nice, United Kingdom colors while keeping consistent with the rest of the uniforms. And one thing I will say, obviously I'm showing you all of these in Madden, but in Team Builder, these wings looked way cleaner and not like this detached from the helmet. So, I mean, I don't know if that's an issue, but either way, I still think it's a very clean uniform. And obviously, every single stadium in Europe looks the exact same because that's just how soccer stadiums are made. So the same stadium, I believe, is used for every single team here. Same here, but I focus on the field, okay? It's just, I don't know, basic. But before we head over to the other island in the British Isles, here is a word from today's sponsor, me. As this has taken way too long, I've put a lot of effort into all the teams. I hope you enjoy, and so I would appreciate it if you would give me a like, but it's up to you. Now let's get right back to the Dublin Shamrocks, another city that I think would absolutely get one. I could see them potentially not getting it for a Germany team, Spain, or something like that, but I do think Dublin is very likely. Obviously, we had our first Irish NFL game this last year. I think Ireland, and especially Dublin, is a great place for a football team. Obviously, they've been hosting college football games there for a while. And I personally didn't want to do the Shamrocks. I gave you guys a couple of options, but you ended up going with the Shamrocks, and you still ended up going with the basic-ass Madden logo, which I guess it's fine, but it's still kind of basic. But you know what? I think I made it work pretty well. And I like the font. I just like the clean all green. I do think that the all green would probably not happen in real life, just for a basic home uniform. But then for the away, I just did all white. Again, very interchangeable. I don't know if this would be just the basic away uniform, with the white helmet. I don't know about that, but it looks really good anyway. And then for 2 country alternates, essentially, I did the Ireland version with the all white uniforms, and then the beautiful green and orange. I think it looks fantastic. And one other thing that I do want to mention is that, of course, there would be European rivalries, because a lot of these countries kind of hate each other. It's more like a sibling rivalry. They're not going to war anymore, besides if we're in Russia. But I do think there would have to be rivalry games for the United Kingdom and Ireland. So obviously, I made the United Kingdom ones darker and the Irish ones white. I just think that would be a freaking awesome way to show how much of a rivalry they are, and who knows how much they hate each other. I'm not from Europe, as you can tell, but I'm sure they hate each other to an extent. And then a very cool one I wanted to do, the Gaelic alternate with the Simroga and Erie. Is that how you say it, Erie? Yeah, I'm gonna butcher a lot of things in this video, okay? But it's just a darker green with a very nice, like, silvery metallic feel to the sides and everything. I think it's a very clean alternate, and, you know, for their Gaelic heritage, I like that a lot. And then for the field, very basic, but still very clean. And I do think we're probably going to get 2 Germany teams, one in Munich, one in Berlin, and I think Berlin would certainly get one, as I ended up going with the Bären, which in German is bears, so we will have 2 bear teams. But if you didn't know, the Panthers are the exact same thing as the Jaguar. A panther is not a real creature, it's just a black, big cat. So Panthers are also the Lions, and they are the Jaguars, so I don't really give a shit, essentially. And Bären is a very cool name anyway. But it is this interesting thing with the helmet, with the bear paw as the main logo on one side, and then the B on the other side. I like the baby blue with the brown, and then the clean white for the home as well. And then the away is basically just the opposite, still keeping it clean though. And then the home alternate, don't know how I feel about it. I think it would be an interesting alternate. I like the all brown with the baby blue. Maybe? I don't know. I think it's fine. And then for the city alternate, Berlin, and the entire reason that we are going with the Bären for Berlin is because their flag is a bear, and they're very bear heavy. There's a lot of bears over there, and it's just a big part of Berlin, and I think it was perfect. So I put the flag bear on the side. I used the flag's colors. I think this is so clean. And obviously when we would do these alternate uniforms, they would change the field. Unfortunately, I can only have so many teams in this, and I'm not doing all that extra work just to get a field. But as you can imagine, there would be a Berlin alternate field and a Germany alternate. And I'll get to the other German team, but I have the black, beautiful, clean uniform with the red and yellow classic German across just everything. It's so clean, with Deutschland over the middle. This is one of my favorites. And they would be playing at Olympiastadion, I don't know, in Berlin. But then for their heavy rival team, what I am calling the Deutschland Monche, from Monche, which I believe is how you say Munich. And if you did not know, which I'm assuming you don't, Munich's flag is a monk, and Munich, essentially in German, which is Monche, I believe, also means Monche, which is monk. It's all monks over there. So it's the Deutschland Monche. I didn't want to do the Moncher Monche. I think that would have been funny though. I really like the logo I chose. And I did a little bit of a Steelers thing with the helmet. I don't think a team would ever do the same thing as the Steelers, but I think it just looks good with the M on the right side, and I didn't want to, you know, make it go the opposite way on the other side. I think it's a clean look. I don't think they would ever do it, but I think it looks good. And I did an interesting thing, you know, an annoying Cowboys thing with the away uniform, where instead of white, it was gray. I think it looks good. I mean, there's not too many teams besides like the Raiders where we'd probably have to do white instead, which I do also have the away alternate, which is just a lighter gray helmet and then the white jersey. I think it's just a unique thing. I like it being unique. And then of course, just like Berlin, we have the Munich alternate with the monk on the side of the helmet. It's just a very clean, pure yellow and pure black uniform. I really like this one. And then, of course, in the rivalry game for Deutschland, we would have their German alternate. And I didn't want to go white because there's no white in the German flag. So I was like, okay, red would work, and then I thought about it, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you would want a German team to go all red. I know it's part of their flag, but I don't know about that. So we got the yellow instead, and I think it looks really good, the mustard color, and obviously they would only bring this out probably once a year, maybe twice for when they're ever playing Berlin, but I really, really like this team overall. I think it's a unique twist on everything, and I like it. And obviously because I can't put the actual spelling of Monche with the shocked O in the Monche, I have that in the end zones, and I think it looks really clean. We have the Madrid Toros. And obviously bullfighting is kind of an older tradition. I'm pretty sure it's banned now in Spain because that is a pretty awful thing. But the toro or the bull is a very, very Spanish thing. And, you know, it's a fighter, a bullfighter. And, you know, if we're going to have Gamecocks for South Carolina and other teams, I think the Toros is perfectly fine for an NFL team. And I love the helmets. I mean, how can you not? It's got the Seahawks and the Eagles thing going on with, you know, the horn going all the way around the back. And, oh, it's just so clean. I did a lot of configuring to make it look good, and I think this looks pretty good. I like the red. I do like the uniforms a lot. I did do an interesting font for the Madrid, which I also did on the end zones, which I don't know how much I like that. Just a clean home red, white uniform, and then the away, just the opposite. Keeping consistent with a lot of the design patterns as well. And then we have the Madrid alternate, or the nighttime Madrid, I guess you could say. And I use the Madrid flags, you know, purple, reddish color instead, to just go a full blackout. I think this looks so clean. And then the Spanish alternate, the España alternate. I think this looks very clean with the chrome helmet. I like that a lot, with the chrome, the horns, the Spanish colors, and the Spanish flag on the side. It looks absolutely beautiful, and this would probably be pulled out against a team like the Lisboa Tubarões. I hope I said that alright. Which in English stands for the Lisbon Sharks. And I ended up going with the Sharks because their country, especially Lisbon's on a port on the ocean. It is a little bit weird that there hasn't been a shark team, although I appreciate it. I think people hate on sharks way too much. We kill way more of them than they kill of us. It's insanely difficult to get killed by a shark. Like, you would have to really try. You know, I just felt bad that the fact, you know, dolphins get all this stuff when they're much more of menaces than sharks. But it's also a very cool, intimidating creature, so I think it works well. And I really like the home uniforms, too. I chose this almost scaly, you know, arrow down pattern. I think it looks good. I think it's nice. And the away is just the opposite too. I think it looks clean. The home alternate, it's fine. It's alright. It's all orange with the purple helmet. And then, as I said, the Portuguese alternate I think would look very clean. Probably my least favorite country uniform. I think it's alright. I don't know. I think the Portugal flag colors are a little bit interesting, but I do like the, I'm guessing that's the coat of arms on the side of the helmet. I think it looks good. And then for the flash bomb, get ready, be prepared, look away if you have to. Yeah. So this is the Lisbon flag, the Lisboa flag. And I think I'm sorry, but I wanted to try it, okay? I wanted to try it. Anyway, moving on to the field, I really like the font that I chose. Other than that, just basic stuff. You already know the deal. But now we are really getting to the cities that I think probably won't ever get one, but you never know. The Mousquetaires de Paris, also known as the Paris Musketeers. And I feel like Paris is just a weird situation in terms of a sports city. It's not really brought up in, you know, getting a team there, or at least even a game there. But these uniforms are so clean. One of my favorites in all of these teams. First of all, the helmets with the sword coming across the middle. The beautiful Musketeer logo with the sword there too. Love the colors, by the way. The red and the dark green looks so good. Then we get to the jerseys with the fleur-de-lis on the side. Looks incredible. And then the Paris right there on the chest. Looks incredible. And then one of the best parts, the swords basically just in the pocket, you know, ready to go. On the side there, looks so clean. And the away is just the same thing. I love the gray too. I think it's, I don't know what else to describe it as. It's just so clean. And then for the French alternate, obviously I wanted to do their actual flag, which is just a white banner, but I went with their alternate flag, which is the red and blue, with the navy blue, darker red. It's very Ole Miss-esque, but I like the way I switched it up, you know, with the jersey being red and the other being blue. I think it's very clean, changing the logos too, and this is one of my favorite team designs by far. With the field also looking pretty good with the Muscatares in the back of the end zones. And now for the Roma Legione, and if you didn't know, that was the Roman Legion or the Rome Legion, and yeah, I really like the logo. I love the colors for this one. Rome, Italy, I love what we did here. But yeah, these uniforms, I feel like there is something missing from them. I don't know. I think they're clean overall. I don't know if it's just because the purple and the light blue doesn't feel like an NFL logo. I don't know. Also, a bunch of you came at me with how these soldiers, the Legion logo that I picked wasn't, you know, it was Greek. And obviously, you said that because of the helmet frill, I guess you could say. And I looked it up, very quick, minimum amount of research. It was definitely more common in Greece, but the of the Roman Empire certainly had these. It's not exclusively Greek, and it just looks way cooler. I'm not doing a basic Roman soldier logo, and they also don't have a lot of those. You know, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not making these. And also, Vikings did not have horns on the side of their helmets. That's not accurate at all. So, I don't really give a shit. And then the alternates, I think, are interesting. The all purple with the Legion across the chest, I don't know. You guys let me know. With the all matte, I don't know. And then for the Italia alternate, just a classic white, you know? I love the white country uniforms with the red and the green as well, of course. It's very basic. I did not add a lot to this. Let me know if I should. And then probably top 3 minimum of my favorite uniforms that I've made for this series. Oh, yes. The Roman Empire alternates. Oh my god. Now, of course, Rome's flag does not currently have the SPQR on the side, but that's what the Roman Empire was. And I don't know if this is disrespectful or anything or what it is. I just had to at least make it because this is so clean. It looks like the Roman Empire had an actual NFL team and they're about to send them off to battle against the Greeks and the Carthaginians. It's so good. And I really do think the SPQR really brings it all together. And yeah, just a beautiful uniform. And I don't think we should really talk about the field. But now, for the final team, we have the Kolbenhaven Nordmind. I definitely said that multiple degrees wrong. The Danish language is very weird. Kolbenhaven, I feel like that's kind of close. And then the Nordmind, I don't know, man. But it's the Copenhagen Norsemen. I didn't want to do the Vikings, but I wanted to do the Vikings. And I think I did a very nice twist. I think it would be similar to, like, the Baren, you know, the Bears. This is basically just the same thing as Bears, Baren, and Vikings, Norsemen. And the uniforms are probably my favorite overall for just the entire team. I love the design on the sides, love the font that I chose, and I do really like the logo, but I also like the alternate with the actual, you know, realistic Viking helmet and all that stuff on the side. That would be a very good alternate, but you guys ended up choosing the ship, which I also do like a lot. The away is very, very clean as well, keeping it with the orange. And then the home alternate, I just switched it up, just for a bit of fun. And then the Danmark, or the Danmark, probably how I gotta say it, I don't know. The Denmark alternates, I made 2 of them. The white, and then the all red too. Oh my god. I love these, they're so clean, with just red and white. Oh man. These things are really great. I love both of them, and I like that you can do away and home with them. And then the field also looks pretty clean as well, in my opinion. But there you go, that is every single team that I made. I really, really like all of them. and I hope you guys enjoyed too. I am going to continue editing them. I've already made a couple edits, as you saw when I was, bringing up the extra views for the new stuff that I added to the uniforms. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for all the love on the last video. 360,000 views? What the fuck? It's insane, but yeah, I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.